I'll manage my volume down here.
Okay, okay. Well, welcome, ladies. It's so lovely to see those of you that are giving us your screenshot. You look great. How many of you, if you want to just do like this, I know some of you are really talented and you know how to put those emojis on there, but as far as the recipe last week, the barbecue chicken sliders, who thought that was a good recipe?
I did. Yes.
I did. It was good.
Okay,
Good.
okay. I thought it was pretty funny that Anthony made the comment, if you guys hadn't heard, he thought it tasted too good to be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that I think we should address, that food can actually taste good and still be healthy? Because I think that's I mean, I've heard doctors, and I hope they're just joking, but they'll say, if it tastes good, spit it out, right? So we definitely don't want to listen to that kind of, advice, because your food should taste great. And it also should be something that gives your body what you're hoping it's going to give you: energy. It's going to build your body strong. It's going to help you with all of these conditions that Dr. Lund talked about last week, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, maybe type 2 diabetes, some other cardiovascular challenges. So your food needs to have a lot of things that it does for your body. And how about, does anybody ever want comfort when they eat their food?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Big wave for that one.
Yeah.
And I think if we choose foods that are going to be harmful to us and we need a lot of comfort, so that maybe is sometimes why we get that challenge of people think it's a bad food. And so we're going to, continue to talk over these next couple of weeks. If you'll help me to remember, we don't want to use the words good or bad for your food. I'd rather you use words like, is it helpful? Is it beneficial? Or is it harmful?
Okay.
Because I think, I mean, you tell me, if I say you ate a bad food, what do you think about yourself?
Bad.
Did I just call you bad as well?
You think negatively.
Yeah, negative.
Yeah,
Thank
negative.
you. So in my world as a dietitian, the food that I want to share with people should not be bad food. I'm not trying to say it's always good. And so again, if we can move away from good or bad, that's more of a moral judgment. I'd rather be able to talk about foods, did it help you to achieve your goal? Is it a benefit to you? Or is it harmful? If you eat something and it makes you go throw up, was that a really good idea?
No.
No.
And it makes you get a headache, was it worth it? I don't know. So my thought is we're going to try to align our foods as, are they beneficial or are they going to be harmful? And in the context of this program, we're going to talk about, are those foods going to help me to lose weight? Because that's a goal that most of us have in this program. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, because how many of you are thinking you're going to channel your inner Beyonce after that?
Yeah, right.
Or whoever you want to channel. I think I saw her on a show last night, so that's why she came to my mind. Tyra Banks, I watched Dancing with the Stars, so she was channeling last night. Okay, so real quickly, did you guys do your homework from last week? Remember? Oh, and I do want to mention, Taylor's not going to be with us tonight. She had another program that she had to do, but she'll be back with us the next time we meet, and we'll talk about when that's going to be. But I think she wanted you guys to take your weight, find your BMI, and then do your waist circumference. And
Yeah.
I don't want you to shout that out to me. I just want to know, did that work for everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's really what I do with my own.
No.
I'm like,
Yes.
it's on the ground. It's probably dirty.
Did anybody have a problem getting all that information, their weight, their BMI, and their waist?
I did.
You had a problem?
Yes, because like I said, I'm only 4'11".
Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm so sorry. Is that Jamie?
Yes.
Okay, Jamie, and we said we were going to get that information for you. My bad. I'm going to make a note right now, Jamie. I apologize.
Thank you.
Well, Jamie, and I'll say I was really presumptuous that you saw it. Last week I dropped a little link in the chat about, it was a NIH.gov has a little BMI calculator that they have. And so I'll send that to you, and it has a wider range and heights and all that kind of stuff. So I'll send that to you to make sure that you can get that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so the reason why I think Taylor wanted y'all to do that was so that you have what they call a benchmark or a starting point, okay? And then you can chart your progress throughout the weeks. And again, we're not going to be focused on that scales. Is that right?
Right.
Right.
You are certainly welcome to do any measuring that you want. I don't want you to feel like we're sitting there go, don't ever measure, but please don't be fixated on that, because I think you're going to spend a lot of energy on something instead of giving energy to a different thing. Okay. So, and on that scale when you want to, but just don't make that your decision if you're successful or not. Okay. Now, the homework I asked y'all to do was on page 6 of your participant guide. You guys want to get your books out?
Got 'em.
Yes.
I love it. Y'all get your glasses on. Y'all are so serious. I'm so
Yes.
proud of you. Okay, so I think it was going to be a 24-hour natural fiber rich food inventory.
Yes.
Okay, how many of you were pleased with how many you checked off? Do we feel pretty good where we're starting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You know, I think it's interesting when I have doctors that refer patients to me, they automatically assume that y'all aren't eating well. And they're just like, you know, you need to tell them to eat more fiber. You need to tell them to eat more fruits and vegetables. And I'm like, you know, you really can't say that unless you've asked them first what they're already doing. So that was the value of what I wanted you to find out. Inventory. I wanted you to be able to show yourselves where you're already at.
Okay.
The very general guideline is to try to have 3 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And if you can look at that list and figure that you're already doing something in that neighborhood, maybe not every day, but at least you're getting that kind of variety of fruits and vegetables, then you get a big woohoo round of applause, right? Because that's an important place to start. If someone told me they had no fruits and vegetables, which I've actually had people tell me that, then we've got a lot bigger mountain to climb. But if you're already, I don't know, maybe a third, I think someone who picked up their food this past last Wednesday was like, yeah, I've already got 20 things on that list checked off. And I'm like, woohoo, that's awesome. So again, this isn't a competition, but I do want you to feel good about where you're already starting with your choices. Okay. All righty. So that was kind of what I wanted to start off with, is just get a little bit of review of last week. Does anybody have any questions about what we covered? I know it was kind of quick, but anything from last week that we need to go over or ready to jump into this week? Good. Okay.
Good.
Perfect. All righty. So this week, if you guys will turn to your book, to page 14. And I feel like this curriculum is just really wanting to give you some information about fiber, because that's the basis of what they feel is going to help you to lose weight. I'm going to give you just a little bit of background about fiber. You've got 2 different kinds. You've got soluble and you've got insoluble. So it might sound a little technical, but insoluble fiber, think about things like oatmeal. I'm sorry, let's reverse that. Soluble fiber is going to be things like oatmeal, like apples, beans. Those are the foods that are going to help your body regulate cholesterol. Okay. Now I've got this little model. Can y'all see this?
Yes.
Okay. This is an artery that's got a bunch of yellow in it. And that's what cholesterol can do through your artery. And it can clog it to the point where if it's going to your heart, you can have a heart attack. And if it's going to your brain, you could have a stroke.
Wow.
So the big reason we want to make sure that you're getting enough soluble fiber is to help your body to regulate how much cholesterol is in your body so that you don't get clogged arteries. And to me, even if you have weight loss as a side thing, eating the soluble fiber is going to be so important when we're trying to keep our cardiovascular health, and we're wanting to make sure that we don't get this type of a situation that could actually really cause severe problems, even, death. So anytime you eat, what was the big thing that we learned growing up? An apple a day keeps the
Doctor.
Doctor away.
sweet.
Yep.
Now they're telling us we need to eat 2 or 3 apples a day, because I guess, I don't know, the apples got smaller. I don't know. But I think what would be really helpful is to remember when we eat apples, it's going to help this cholesterol condition. It's going to minimize it. Who likes to eat oatmeal?
Oh, I do.
Okay, perfect. We're coming into that time of year where it's cold. We like that warm comfort of oatmeal. You've already had a perfect choice for a soluble fiber that is going to help your cholesterol management. So continue to do that. And for those of you that maybe have, if you would share, how many of you add things to that oatmeal in the morning?
I do.
Okay, so
Fruit.
maybe just shout out if it's okay. What are some of the things you add?
Blueberries.
Yay.
Okay, what if you've never eaten oatmeal before?
I'm kind of in that group. I don't usually eat it.
Never in my entire life ate oatmeal. I used to get in trouble as a kid because I wouldn't eat it.
There you go. I hear you, Jamie. Okay, so what we're going to, if anybody wants to kind of jump in and encourage her, but we're going to come up with a recipe that does overnight oats, and I think it'll be super easy for you to try.
I add raisins, cranberries, walnuts.
Walnut.
Oh, that's lovely, Dan. I love that. Sounds great.
Me too. I had cranberries, walnuts.
Good boy, Vader.
Awesome. And how many of you have tried maybe like a different type? I don't know if everybody uses water, but I would want to use milk, but I've heard people using coconut milk. Have you ever tried that?
No.
Ooh,
I use milk all the time.
I use oat milk.
Milk.
oat milk, that's nice. Yeah, even almond milk. So some of the different non-dairy, and I'm not here to say that dairy is a poor choice. Please don't hear that. That's not what I'm saying. But for people that have never tried it and you're looking for a different flavor and a different way to get some, different nutrition, that could be something to consider. Okay.
Okay.
All righty. All right. So what you just described to me is what the curriculum says is powering up your foods, because you're adding fiber-rich foods. And if you kind of keep looking back at that list of all the different fiber foods, blueberries is on that, raisins, cranberries, all of your berries are going to be on that list.
Nuts.
Even nuts, you betcha, right? And what's lovely about walnuts is they've got that omega-3 fatty acid.
That's free, yes.
That's going to help your inflammation, because as much as this is not great, guess what else this comes with is inflammation. So if we're going to do our walnuts as well as our soluble fiber, we're going to get a 1-2 punch.
Okay.
Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that you go eat the whole bag of walnuts, right?
No.
But we're going to have, and if you can take your hand and make it a handful, that's always a good way to start, because your hand is the size for your body. And that's just a nice little portion. If you're going to add it to oatmeal, I add it to yogurt. You could add it to baked goods, right? Maybe banana bread, something like that. So always think a handful is a healthy thing that I can start to add if I'm not used to having something in my food. Okay. All righty. Now, what I think is the other part of the soluble fiber, I said there was the different part, which is, or excuse me, the other part, and that's insoluble. So anytime, have you ever taken celery and it's that stringy part? Yeah, your body doesn't digest that.
No.
Okay, it's cellulose, and it's going to be something that our stomachs and our GI tracts do not digest. But what it does help is for you to have a good GI transit. And that's code for I go to the bathroom well, right? Are we in good company that we can talk about that?
Yeah.
You know, when you go down there, right, you have to go to the bathroom. All right, so when we have good motility, that means maybe I have a bowel movement every day. It's because of that insoluble fiber that doesn't get digested, but it helps my body to get things through the GI tract and out of the body, so it doesn't sit in my colon and cause maybe, you know, problems, maybe like colon cancer. When your food sits in your GI tract and it doesn't move properly, then it's got more surface contact to cause some problems. So when we have insoluble fiber, the stringiness of the celery, maybe the peel of edible fruits and vegetables, that's why I try not to peel that off, okay? Your body's gonna benefit from that because it's gonna give you bowel habits that allow you to go to the bathroom every day. And then we're gonna have much better weight loss because we're clearing out the GI tract.
Okay, but what if you don't have a bowel movement every day and sometimes not at all in a week?
Okay,
Ooh,
so
girl, owie.
well, and so that's the thing that we want to make sure. Remember, we used the word last week, normal, and that was supposed to be everybody is normal. Well, what's normal for one person is going to be different for somebody else. So that's why I don't like that word normal. I want it to be what's usual or optimal for you individually. Okay. So we might be able to talk offline, Jamie, at some point.
Okay.
But I appreciate your sharing that, because even if you don't go every day, you should have enough fiber in your food that your body is going to accumulate it, and it's going to need to get rid of it within at least 1 to 2 days, every 1 to 2 days.
Okay, but
Okay.
that's just it. Sometimes I have to go to the doctor and they have to give me a prescription. I've never ever been taking it.
Right. Okay. So, and the other thing that I want you to remember is when we talk about increasing fiber intake, you also got to increase what?
Water.
Yeah. Because as much as we say that fiber is going to help you to have a GI transit, like I'm going to go to the bathroom every day, if you don't drink enough water, guess what happens with all that fiber?
It just floats around.
Get stuck.
Yes, it actually acts more like a brick than helping your GI transit. And depending on, this is a scientific word, motility, on how much your body moves things through it, we need to be very careful that we don't cause a situation where we clog things up. Okay? So develop a habit of every time I'm going to eat fiber foods, especially the kind that are going to be insoluble. So the peels to my vegetables and my fruits, anything that's kind of stringy like that, I want to make sure I'm going to be drinking water. And how much? You're going to maybe take 8 ounces at a time. Just make sure that you're increasing your water intake. Okay. One way that I tell people to check how much water, if you're hydrated, the color of your urine should be light, like lemon. If it's dark, like tea, like iced tea, you need to drink a lot more water. Okay. And I think if you don't, if you have a good if you have a good intention that I want to start to increase my fiber, but then you don't move the water along with it, I don't think you're going to get the benefits you're looking for, and you might stop doing that fiber. So I don't want that to happen for you. Okay. We want to set ourselves up for success. Okay. All righty. So let's go ahead and go to page.
You want to hear this or you serve listen?
Oh, okay. Yeah. 15. Do you see it? Have we gotten to page 15 yet?
You don't want to come to.
Okay, and I'm sorry, on page 14, does it say, can all fiber-rich foods help you lose weight?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see the ones that are in the water? I had to look at that. It's actually a beach scene. And you've got foods that are in the water and then foods that are on the sand.
Yeah. Okay.
The ones that are in the blue also have more water in them. So when I eat things like broccoli, my apple, my orange, the blueberries, fruits and vegetables tend to have a lot of water with them, as well as the fiber. So this is going to help you stay hydrated as you're increasing your fiber intake, okay? So that's why they kind of made a distinction between these already bring the water with them, about 60%. And then the ones on the shoreline, they have fiber in them, but they don't have as much water. So you're going to have to make sure you drink water when you're eating those choices. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. And anybody, if we need any clarification, just raise your hands and let me know. Okay. So let's go to page 16. And this is just a quick graphic. It says, are you eating enough to lose weight on the top of it?
I'm not.
And here's a guess. We'll just have everybody shout out an answer if you'd like. How many grams of fiber do you think the average American eats? See the numbers 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50. What do you think the average American eats for fiber?
20.
10,
10.
10, 20. I heard 10, 20, and 30. Okay. For those of you that said 10, you want to stand up and go, holla, I got the right answer. There you go. All right.
You go.
You go. That's it. Yeah, we go. Okay. So 10 grams. And again, remember,
That's not much.
Yeah, it's not much, but I don't want you to think that everybody is supposed to eat the same amount of fiber either. Okay. It's not a one size fits all. But through the curriculum, you're going to see references made to trying to get to 40 grams of fiber a day. I'm just going to tell you, I think that's a lot. And I hope that's not a goal that you think you should get to till tomorrow. Because you will be in a world of hurt in a couple of different ways. And I think you're going to be real uncomfortable. And I think you're going to be very disappointed that that's something that you kind of were like, oh, I thought fiber was so good for me. And now I feel miserable. Because if we can be honest, what happens when you eat a lot of fiber?
Got poop.
There you go. And what else? Do we get a lot of gas?
Yeah.
Do we bloat?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can't you wait for that? Isn't that your favorite thing you're looking forward to? Yeah. So I want you to be very aware of how your body is going to respond to you increasing your intakes. And if it's something that you're uncomfortable, literally, like I'm so bloated, my stomach hurts, then you need to back off a little bit and go slowly so that your body can start to tolerate it better. And that's usually an indication that your body's just not used to it. Okay. But if all of us had gas at the same time, we just have a big party and nobody worried about it. And I think socially we get concerned and then we just don't want to be around people. We need to work on that, right? So maybe we can have COVID as a good excuse. I don't know. But think about making sure that you're not causing yourself to be uncomfortable and then allow your body to start to tolerate it better. Okay. So we're going to go slowly, but then we can get up. So maybe if you feel like you started with 10 grams, maybe my goal would be 15 within the next week. Okay. And then maybe, by the end of 2 or 3 more weeks, we're up to, 20 grams. Because that's actually a good recommendation. Anywhere from 20 to 25 grams of fiber a day is very reasonable. So if we're starting at 10, that's probably low, but I don't want you to get to 40 by, in 2 days. I think you'll be very uncomfortable, and I think it'll not be something that you're going to be inspired and motivated by. Okay. All righty. Now, the next page over is 17, and this is going to be kind of like an individual activity for you to do, kind of like the homework that we did the other night. More than just fiber. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The question was, can you get too much fiber?
Yes. Yep. And I think that's what we kind of alluded to. Here's the other thing I want you to be careful about fiber. If anybody, and I don't need you to tell me what kind, but if anybody's on medication, we have to be careful that we don't affect the way our body absorbs that medication. And that's why if I have a high fiber meal and I'm taking my medication, that fiber could actually block the absorption of that medication, and it's not going to be able to do what the medication is supposed to do. Okay. So I don't want you to think you've got mixed messages here, but I just want you to be careful. You can always overdo something, even if it's supposed to be a good thing or a beneficial thing for me. don't overdo. So that's my big caution to you. I don't want you to get up to 40 grams by tomorrow or even in a week, unless you're at 33 or 35 grams already. But if we're starting off around 10, I want you to just go slowly, and then hopefully your body is going to let you know how happy it is as it's going to greater amounts of it. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, on this more than just fiber, I want you to be thoughtful of understanding that fiber is not just going to help the weight loss mechanism. It's got, what is there, about 20 different things that it's going to help you with? Holy cow. So when you've got some time after this class is over tonight, or before we get back together the next time, check those things that are important to you that you want to achieve because you're going to increase your fiber. And then I want you to pick one that is going to be your big focus. Okay. Like for me, this would be the last time I got my my lab work done, my total cholesterol was too high. And I don't want to have this happen to my veins and my arteries. So my goal is to get my total cholesterol down. And on that list, I think that's in there, lowers bad LDL cholesterol. Okay. That's the one I'm going to circle, because I want to make sure that I'm not going to cause any harm to my arteries by having cholesterol that's too high that could cause blockages. So that could be different for everybody. And I want you to be able to take some time and think about that. So it's not just let me get through so I can go to the next thing. Okay. And that's going to be kind of the homework I want you to do for next time. Okay. So do we need to take a little break, Anthony? Can we take a little break, or is Leandra available? Oh.
Leandra, are you on with us? I think I saw your name a couple minutes ago.
I am.
How are you doing today?
I am great, and you all. Let me move. I am doing great. I didn't know if you had a chance to.
Oh, 1 second, Leandra. What I did is, I think you're muted. I think I unintentionally muted you. Leandra, can you unmute yourself? I unintentionally muted you.
Hello, am I back?
Yep, you're here.
I'm back. All right. All right. So go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, you're just fine. I was just gonna see if you were on, and we wanted to see if you could chat with us and kind of give us your 2 cents for what we've got this evening.
Well, I was just impressed with the information Patty gave about looking at where you are, and let's see where you need to go, because we always make the assumption that what we've done is not enough because we aren't where people expect us to be. And so I'm excited that you're looking in yourself, because you are where it's going to start to get you to your goals. And so everything has to be tailor-made to you, because it's your health, your life, and your goals. It's not picture perfect, it's you perfect. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to introduce my opportunity to walk with you with a little bit of what we're going to call hope navigated life coaching. And I sent over some times for Anthony. I think we said 3 sessions everyone's entitled to. Everyone, I hope, will be inspired to take advantage of. I tried to do some morning, a few mornings, some afternoon, and some evening, and I have to clear my work schedule. So I do need them scheduled in advance so I can make sure that I'm present, available, and you get what you deserve. But what we'll go through is an introduction of this walk from an individualized perspective, setting goals and pathways, and we're going to work together and help you with that way power to get where you're going. And then we'll have a second session, which will be 30 minutes about 2 weeks out, where we'll really hone in on your plan from our first interview, our first conversation. And then a couple of weeks later, we'll have one to look at implementation, and then we'll have some follow-up maintenance or tune-up. It depends on what you decide you need. But all those sessions are available. You are welcome to have them with me. If you need resources and services beyond what I'm offering you in that meeting or in addition, or your support team might need different stuff, we'll also take a few minutes to discuss linking you to whatever resources I know that's in our community to serve you, to get you where you want to go so you could be you perfect. That's it.
Yeah, that's good stuff. And so let me tell you this. I got just being straight up with you. We wanted with this program to offer as absolutely as many resources as we possibly could. And so, like she said, she's taken time to let you one-on-one communicate with her about getting things like figuring out how to set goals and how to work through a lot of the information. Even that what we're talking about in this class, she can help you kind of put it to the pavement and get things rolling. And so, we strongly encourage you to, right? You don't have to by any means, but this is a free resource to be able to participate in this. So I strongly implore you to take advantage of it. What that's going to look like is tomorrow morning, I'm going to send out a link. Remember whenever you guys signed up for the health screenings, how you went into that little calendar, pick the day, and then pick the time? Same thing. You're going to get an email. So check your email tomorrow morning. I'll tell you, I'm going to send it at 9 o'clock. I just made that decision. Tomorrow morning, watch your email a little after 9. Go in there. You'll pick a time, right? That time that you set, Leandra will get it on the calendar. And that way, as it comes up closer, she'll be able to meet one-on-one with you. I know I've known Leandra since I've started here at Lynn. Not only is she an incredible professional, but she is just a kind person, and she doesn't got to be here. She doesn't got to be a part of this. She's literally just out of the kindness of her heart, similar to Pam and our other folks in this program that are assisting us, so that just want to do what they can to help folks. So I'm getting off my soapbox, but I encourage you to take advantage of the resource. You'll like what she has to offer in terms of guidance, but I think you'll also grow to like her for just being the person that she is. So thank you, Leandra. We're excited to continue our conversations with you. Next, we've got another individual on the line with us that I think you guys are going to really like.
Anthony, can I just say one last thing?
You can say as much as you'd like.
I just wanted to let everyone know that time that we spend together, it will be confidential. It will be personal, and nothing that we share and do will be recorded, held, or used for anything besides what you use it. Matter of fact, you'll do all the writing and I'll just do all the enjoying your company. If you don't take advantage of all three, at least come enjoy the introductory so you'll know what you're deciding to opt out on. That's all I wanted to add. Thank you, and have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you so much. That's what I tell my niece and my nephew, right? I don't like it. Yeah. You never had it before. That's what I tell my wife too, she doesn't like eat a lot of foods. She thinks she tried onions for the first time this past year. Okay, I'm getting off topic, but another individual we have on with us today, who's fantastic. She's a great advocate of what we've got going on at Lynn. Valerie, are you on the call with us?
I'm here.
Some of you may know Valerie. I'll tell you, Valerie is she's fantastic. There's so many times I need things, I need help. She's on my top short list of folks to call because she knows everybody and is always willing to help. So Valerie, we're thankful to have you on. Valerie's going to take some time and talk to you guys about getting active. So Valerie, I'm gonna toss the ball to you and let you chat with everybody.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, Anthony, were you able to get the schedule for the classes to everyone?
Yep, I've got it. I actually wanted to send one email instead of multiple. So and I'll let you refer to it.
Okay.
But last week when Valerie mentioned those class offerings, I've got the link, I've got the information. You guys are going to be getting that in the same email with the link for you to sign up for the courses.
Good.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do, I'm in a temporary space right now. I'm getting a house completed. So I'm in a temporary space. I'm out of my my zone and my boxes are all packed up and everything like that. So I'm going to make a little space. But before we get started, I just want to say that I mentioned it on last week. It's not about age, it's about moving. And so our bodies are machines and they are not meant to sit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you if you are sitting, you can still keep moving even while you're sitting. So one of the things that I'm going to encourage you is, number one, you don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to be doing aerobics. If you want to, those things are great, but you can exercise and move right in your house and right in your chair. And once again, what's very, very important is stretching. I don't care if you do aerobics, if you do line dancing, I don't care what you do. Stretching is so very important. Stretching is just as important as working out. So we're going to learn a couple of stretches this week. But before we learn stretches, I'm going to show you some items that you can use right in your house for working out. Guess what?
What?
Did you know not only can your canned beans and your fruit cocktails, those can be your weights. All right. Woohoo! Get two cans that are alike. You want to make sure they're alike because you don't want to maybe have one muscle stronger than the other muscle, okay? So make sure you get the same size cans. And being creative, guess what? 2 water bottles. All right, look at that. See there, you don't have to do this at a gym. You can do it right at home. So you can grab your water bottles. So I want you to do this throughout the week. I want you to understand, once again, as I said, I'm so excited because I really want to show you a lot of stretching, because stretching helps relieve stress. And not only that, our bodies naturally stress. That's what we have to realize. It's not because we're worrying that just causes stress. Stress comes from, like right now, I got a lot of sinus pressure. So my body automatically knows I have sinus pressure. So it's sending signals to my body saying, ooh, I'm tense. And do you know what? When your body sends and saying that you're tense, is also sending nasty toxins into your body. Did you know that?
Oh.
So that's why it's very important. Hair products, some of the foods, our bodies are so amazing that the body knows when something doesn't belong there. It knows that, it's a foreigner, it's an invasion, it's a UFO, it's not supposed to be here, get it out of my body. Our bodies are so perfectly made. So therefore, stress, whether it's coming from foods, whether it's coming from, your mind, whether it's coming from allergies that's going through, that's causing me to tense up, the body doesn't know any difference. So it reacts the same, okay? So that's why it's important. And most of us will carry that stress right in our neck area and in that bag. That's what we do. So one of my favorite stretching is to get your hands, lock them together, put them out in front of you, straighten those arms out, straight out, then put them over your head. Keep the arms straight. Then you want to push it up. Then I want you to slowly bend to the right side. Oh, hold it over there. Then release it. I heard some popping. My back was popping. Then once again, bring it, push it out front, arms straight. Push it over your head. Then bend over to that left side. Try not to take your body, because if you cheat and take your body, you're not doing it correctly. So all you're trying to do is just bend.
Ooh, that hurt.
It feels good. Hold it and release it. It feels so good. And these are some simple tips, okay? So I want you to take that neck and I want you to just take it over to that right side. The whole thing is to keep your body straight. So you keep your body straight and you're only moving the motion of your head. Okay? Bring that back up. Then also bring it back over. Oh, that feels good. Now I want you to pull that shoulders up to your ear, all the way up to your ear. Then I want you to slowly roll that back. Slow, 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 slow. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, feels amazing. One time, bring it up to your ear. Up to your ear. Okay, Jamie, I don't see you bringing your shoulder up to your ear. I'm watching you. Don't y'all think I'm watching you, okay? I see you. Bring those shoulders up to your ear and slowly roll them back. Oh, doesn't that feel great?
Oh, yes.
This is easy. This one right here, this exercise right here that I'm getting ready to show you. Man, y'all gonna be paying me saying, oh my goodness. Okay. I want you to take that right hand, the left hand, left arm, put it up, put it over and touch that right ear. Take a deep breath in, hold it in, and when you release it, I want you to start pulling that head over to the side. You're stretching it out yourself. Okay, Patty, you was going the wrong way. You got it right now. Pull it over. See that? I'm watching y'all. Woo! Release that. Wow. Shake it out. All the stress. Okay. Now take that right arm, put it straight up. Okay. You're going to bring it over and touch that left ear. Breathing is very important when it comes to stretching. When you breathe, you're able to release and be able to stretch those muscles more. So what we're going to do, stop trying to do it on your own. I ain't tell you to do it yet. Okay, Anthony, stop behaving. Behave. Put it up there. Then take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in. Release it and slowly pull over to the right. Hold it right there. Now release it. Woo! And just rotate that neck around.
Pop.
Did y'all feel that? Okay,
Yes,
Anthony, I'm sorry. Anthony, I'm sorry. I got to just do one more.
No, go.
You're cheating me. I need 20 minutes, okay? Okay, guys. I'm going to turn around here. Can y'all see me?
Yes.
This one is amazing here.
425.
On your back. Stand up. Get up, get up, get up.
Look, she's talking about get up, get up.
Get up, get up.
Get up. Lock your hands together. Don't be bending the arms. Keep those arms straight. And just put it up, straight up. Y'all feel that? What you're doing is the whole key is your blades back here. Those blades, that's where you carry stress. So what you're doing, you're pulling those, ladies, what you're doing, you're pushing that breast out like that. Okay? So do that. Take it out, go act like that. That's what you're doing. In, out. In, then out. Okay? So therefore, just hold it there and you extend it up. Ooh, don't that feel good? And release it. All right. Okay, I can do this all day long, guys. This is, oh, I love it. I feel so good. Can you guys, that was what, 5 minutes? Was that 5 minutes? That was just 5 minutes. So while you're sitting there through the day, just, hey, take those arms, take them up, and just go over and stretch it out. Then over to the left, stretch it out. And then I call this smelling the roses and blowing out the candle. So that's like, smells good. Now blow those candles out. What you're doing, you're detoxing your body. Okay.
Okay.
You're clearing your lungs.
Wow.
You're clearing your lungs. That's why sometimes it's good
You
just
need me to do it?
to blow. You're clearing your lungs. That's how toxins get into our bodies. So when we exercise, when we clear our lungs, we're clearing toxins and getting the poisons out of our bodies.
All right.
So anyway, that was for tonight. Woohoo!
Valerie,
Thank you, guys.
thank you
Love it.
so much.
Love it.
Is that me ringing? Valerie, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate it. I'll tell you, we'll take these things, do them throughout the week. Valerie's got a wealth of knowledge, and so we want you to try to implement implement it. So yeah, thank you so much, Valerie. We look forward to continuing to get some fun tips and tricks to get active. We appreciate it.
Okay, I did see I had someone with a question. Hold on one second. Dana said, can you tell me why I'm sore after walking 3 miles? Dana, how often do you walk? Are you used to walking 3 miles, and are you stretching before you walk? Where are you, Dana? Hold on, let me find you. Where are you, Dana? Let me see. Let me look on. Hi, Dana. Dana, are you stretching before you walk?
No.
You just
No, I'm not.
Huh?
No, I'm not.
Okay, what part of your body is sore when you walk?
My hips.
Okay, and this is what we need to understand too. Do we realize our bodies from walking, from getting out of our car? Do we realize that we can throw our posture off? That's why it's so important to stretch, because even getting out the car, when we think about it, we'll put one leg out at a time. Guess what? Why do we take our cars to get in alignment? Because they get out of line. Our bodies are the same way. That's why it's important to stretch and make sure when we're walking, we're doing some of those things, we're stretching first.
Okay.
Then go home and get in some Epsom salt water. I'm from Louisiana. Them some muscles you ain't used.
And biofreeze.
And drink plenty of water. Drinking water is very, very important.
Yeah. Well, Valerie, we thank you so much. I know Pam's got some housekeeping info. So Pam, I'm going to throw it back to you.
Bye, everybody. See you guys next week. And don't forget, don't forget to get online with the classes.
Yep, I'm there. You guys are going to get them first thing tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Valerie. That was awesome. I've even got little pops out of my back now. I'm feeling good. Okay, ladies, if you'll get to just page 21, we're going to have one more page to go before we're going to let you go for the evening. It says stages on your weight loss journey. How many of you have felt like if you've ever tried to lose weight, that it just wasn't successful because you actually really weren't ready to do what you needed to do in order to lose the weight? Right? And I think what Valerie's part tonight and Leandra's part help us to understand it's not about just keeping food out of my mouth, right? It's the, how do I feel about me? What's important to me? And is my body actually ready for me to go through this really big behavior change that could be almost painful? And so if you're not at a point where you're able to say, I'm going to commit to this, and it's not just like I'm going to go on a diet, and if I can lose a couple pounds, I'll think that's great, and then I'll go right back to the things that I used to do before and lose all that success. This sheet on page 21 helps you to understand that there's actually several stages that you're going to have to take some inventory to make sure you're ready for this program to be as successful as it can be because you've gone through the stages and you're ready to be at the one that says, I can lose the weight. It's just like, how many of you have ever liked to maybe walk? Anybody do a marathon?
No,
Yeah, I'm not I can't raise my hand to that one either.
no.
But if you were just, how many of you would maybe want to even just walk around your neighborhood? Have you been able to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have a goal that you can make and you're like, yeah, that's easy, I can do that one. But then you change it to a goal that you're like, I could never do a marathon. How did you figure out you could walk around your neighborhood?
Not trying.
Because you tried it. And maybe you had enough success to understand I could get all the way around the block, and I did it. So in the very beginning, you might have thought you couldn't do any of it. And so what I want you to take some time, this is another piece of your homework, is to look at this page and ask yourself, where am I in the stages of, am I ready to actually be successful with this weight loss? You're going to look at, am I ready to lose it? Am I just thinking about losing it? Or am I totally prepared and that I'm actually going to lose the weight? And then what's the biggest one is to keep it off.
Keep it off.
Right? How many of you have been frustrated by losing weight and then it came back? Okay. So maybe in past attempts, we weren't actually ready to complete all the way to the end. And I'm going to be in that group as well. I used to think it didn't really matter what I did. I could just lose the weight when I wanted to. But now I realize I'm going to have to make a commitment. And am I really ready for that? Do I want to give up the things that I'm doing? I don't think I'm there yet. So I'm going to ask y'all to help me to get to that point as well, so that we could do this as a group. Because when I see you guys being successful, I'm going to be encouraged and inspired the same way that you guys are going to help each other. I loved at the very beginning of our session tonight, y'all were shouting out to each other. That is such a great way to have encouragement and community building. So I hope y'all will embrace me as well as part of your community, because I'm going to need that encouragement as well.
All right.
Okay. And then just your last thing, moving forward on page 23. It says, what two things would I like to do, but I can't because I haven't lost my weight? Is there something in your life that you want to do, but because your current weight is preventing that? Maybe if you wrote that down, it'll be a goal that you can visually see it and say, I'm gonna get to that. I'm trying to think of one that would be maybe what I could share. I want to be able to play with my grandbabies. And what I found is my knee is going out. And I think it's because I've been gaining some weight and my knees are just not able to take the weight gain. And so I haven't been able to be as active with my grandbabies. So I'm hopeful if I can lose the weight and my knees can get better, then I'll be able to, rough and tumble with them. Oh, and there's that little baby. I hear you. So that would be my goal. But I want you guys to think, is there something that you want to get to, but you can't because the weight is preventing that? Okay. And then I think the other one here is just to say, what kind of superfoods are you going to eat this week? We have a really nice recipe for you. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow when you pick up everything. And if you have any questions from each recipe, please let us know so we get good feedback, okay?
That leads perfectly into the fact I want everybody to look at me in my virtual face. Raise your hand if you know that tomorrow at 3 o'clock you're going to be at Metro Tech to pick up your food. If you got to make a special accommodation, let me know and I'll do what I can to help. But so I'll say it again, tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Metro Tech, same location. Tomorrow. So when I text you tomorrow and go, hey, you gonna make it? You're gonna say, I'm already on my way, right? Tomorrow, 3 o'clock, I'll shoot you a text. Was there anything else I didn't mean to catch up? Yes. Remember, so tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Metro Tech. We are not having class next week due to the celebration of Thanksgiving. So you guys will have the week obviously, you'll probably get a reminder text from me just to let you know. So next week, we won't be meeting on Tuesday. We won't be meeting on Wednesday for pickup for Thanksgiving. But then the following week, we will be back together. Okay? So just remember, tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Metro Tech. Next week, we won't be meeting, but I'll keep you in the loop. I'll keep calling you. I'll keep texting you. But we're excited. Thank you, ladies, so much. We really hope to establish a good community to be able to work together and get some good momentum. Tomorrow morning, expect that email from me. It's going to have the link for you to be able to sign up for those Metro Tech courses. But it's also going to have the link for you to pick a time slot with Leandra. Like she said, if it's not something you want long term or you don't want to do all three, see how it goes before you decide you don't want to. This is a free opportunity to meet with an incredible mind and someone that really could help you get yourself over the hump and getting some goals completed. So thank you, ladies, so much. We'll be waiting for that tomorrow morning. I'll see you at 3 tomorrow afternoon at Metro Tech. We're excited and we're thankful for you all. So, Pam, you got anything else?
No, I just wanted to say a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, Jamie. I think you already had that kind of typed out for everybody. Have a blessed holiday. I know it's going to be different this year, but by golly, you know, do what you can to connect with the people that you love. Stay safe, and have the best Thanksgiving dinner you can, because it's going to bless your soul. Okay. And we need to remember that that's an important thing to bless well, not just our physical, but our spiritual and our mental, emotional health. And that getting together and having those sacred foods, oh, they're just so important because they came from 1,000 generations before you, and you're going to honor those people and just enjoy every bite so that you can remember how wonderful it is.
All right. Thank you.
You guys have a good, blessed week.
You.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.